Senegal have scored some absolutely cracking goals at this World Cup, and they'll have terrific support in Seattle as well, as you can see, and musical support as well. Let's have a look at the two teams for this one. Belgium are unchanged. They beat New Zealand 5-1 in the last game. Trossard and De Bruyne both amongst the goals. Lukaku starts on the bench. He did come off the bench to score against New Zealand last time. And as far as Senegal are concerned, three changes. Pathé Ciss comes in. Pape Gueye of Villarreal, who got a couple against Iraq, and Ndiaye of Everton, who also scored against Iraq, come in. And I think the expansion of the World Cup means that actually what we've seen is 9 of the 10 African teams have made the knockout stages, and surely that exposure to the highest level, and more exposure to the highest level, long-term's got to be a good thing for African
Absolutely,
football.
I'm pleased for them because they don't get a lot of credit for what happens in the AFCON. It's a lot of quality in it. I'm pleased that they got the opportunity to come to the World Cup and put a good showing on for themselves in the way that they've played, the way they've carried themselves. I actually fancy Senegal in this game, especially watching Belgium in the 2 games, stuttered in the 1-1 draw with Egypt. You know, Iran didn't play too well as well, absolutely trounced New Zealand, but there's not a lot going on up front for Belgium at the moment. Obviously, they're dominating the centre of the field, but I do fancy Senegal to win this one.
Morocco are through. Sorry, Gary. Morocco are through in terms of African teams. Quite a few still to play. But Ian's right, isn't he? Senegal have got a real chance here.
I fancy them. Look, they're coming up against the Belgian team that's lost a lot of great players over the last few years, like Company, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Hazard, all those lot have gone, and then you've got the back ends of some of them on the bench. He's obviously pretty good. He's one of the sort of new ones that are coming through in a real danger and a bright light for Belgium. But Senegal should have nothing to fear. This is not the greatest Belgium team that we've seen in this last 10, 15 years, but they've got some good players still, the likes of De Bruyne and...
Yeah, sorry, guys. Yeah, it's Senegal. The word you carry, they don't play with any fear anymore, these teams. Remember, a lot of their players now are playing in decent leagues all over Europe, so they don't have that fear factor. But again, Belgium still have some match winners. But yeah, Senegal with their quality and their energy. And it's great to see them all doing so well. And again, good game today, but Belgium do have match winners. They do have match winners.
We saw Senegal this time last year. Yes, it was a friendly, but they won at the City Ground, remember, in Nottingham this time last year as well. It's interesting how well the African teams have done, and the expansion seems to have helped. There's a discussion for another day in the way that the Asian teams actually haven't done quite so well. But it's, you know, it can only be good for the World Cup, and obviously justification.
It's all about progression, though, isn't it?
You know, the ability to deal with that
so
pressure.
once they've come and then they've seen that, they experience what it's about, they see the calibre and the quality they're up against, and then they go and then they try to build into their infrastructure. Whatever's going to give them the opportunity to come back and progress.
They do look like they enjoy it, don't they? When you see the teams coming in, the supporters, that's fantastic.
They're producing the talent now, these countries, from sort of Southeast Asia, from Africa. It's that belief is that last bit where they can beat the big nations. And I remember Ange Postecoglou talking about Japan in the very first game that we watched them in the tournament. He said they're absolutely fantastic, but when will they get that belief and that mentality? So winning big games like this today for Senegal against Belgium will sort of start to put that confidence into them.
Well, we've just seen DR Congo, who we wouldn't put in the same bracket as Senegal, let's be honest,
but then you look at them
very close.
You look at them and you think to yourself, they're not a million miles away from something. They just needed a little bit more.
They're far enough away as well, they've just been far. They're nearly there, but the last bit they need to do is the hardest bit.
Well, they need a pick. We've just seen Sadio Mane, obviously very well known to our viewers with Liverpool and Southampton. They need people like that, don't they, who've been at the top and won it all to go, right, follow me, I'm going to lead you.
And for themselves, and to win, we're talking about Japan, if you can win in 1 or 2 knockout games, that belief, they get that belief from them wins can only be a big plus for them.
Gary, we shouldn't be surprised. Apart from France yesterday, every other game has been mighty close. We've had last-minute winners, obviously we've had penalty shootouts, we've had it all. Yeah,
France have set the level in the tournament absolutely 100%. They look like absolute champions right now. And the rest of the big teams are struggling to get through. It's a real battle for them. And I think this game will be a struggle as well. I don't think it'll be easy for either of them, and it'll be that... So many goals have been... some of these games have been decided late on with goals in the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Kevin De Bruyne is about to be 35. Gary's mentioned Doku had a great end of the season. Trossard, of course, who scored such a key goal in for Arsenal at the end of the season and scored a couple against New Zealand as well. So they've got those wide men.
Yes.
They've got Di Catalara, who's playing up front. Lukaku's on the bench, who still coming back from injury, had a really injury-hit season in Italy. But those 2 wide men, well, we know what they can do. The emphasis will be on them, won't it?
Well, it will be, If they can get the ball out there quicker, they can get on, especially someone like Jeremy Doku. We saw how dangerous he was towards the end of the season. You know, we're talking about somebody who can change a game. Sorry, everyone.
It's not NYPD today. Normally it's.
Yeah, but like again, you got can they stop the supply line to him? Can they break off at the back of that, and then can they get at Belgium?
Was Trossard probably Arsenal's best wide player last season, with Saka injured, and obviously Martinelli was in. But Trossard played a lot, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and he came up with the goods on many occasions for Arsenal last season, and he's done it already in this tournament for him, scoring a couple of goals. But I wouldn't expect someone like him not to come up with that, especially against a Senegal side that if they're not right at it, he's the kind of guy that can score that goal for them.
And I mentioned Mane there, but Ismaïla Sarr, who was extremely good for Palace, of course, and Diaw Everton as well. So that front three, it's a proper front three.
It's a lively front three, that.
OK, let's break off for the national anthems.
Please remain standing if you're able for the playing of the national anthem of Senegal.
Sarr, Idrissa Gana Gueye, and Sunderland's Habib Diarra. Belgium wearing their change strip of light blue with pink floral action on the front, and the reason they've changed from their red is because those with coloured blindness find it very difficult to see the contrast between red and green, which is what Senegal will be wearing today. The big Belgian camp talking point yesterday came from their defender, Zeno de Bast, who revealed that Rudy Garcia and the Belgian staff had actually initially been preparing to face South Korea. But Senegal's late qualification as a best third-place side forced Belgian staff to tear up those scouting reports. And the Belgian fans will be hoping that they're ready now for Pap Chow's Senegalese team. I think we've already seen what happens when the big teams are not 100% on their game. We are in Seattle, about as far north and as close to the Pacific as you can get without leaving the United States. A stadium that is hosted NFL, Major League Soccer, various concerts, the Dalai Lama, and now for the first time, a knockout game at the World Cup.
Senegal 1 up at half-time. Ian, if you're in that Senegalese dressing room, you'd have to... How many times have we said that these games in the knockout stage are so hard